money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. All never really had no punchlines. All you rappers looking like a lunch line. Need a Uber right now. Right now. Need crew up right now. Cause we two up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. First I pull up, hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count. Cause I'm two up right now. Two up right now. Yeah, I'm two up. Round blew up. Copped that new rape on them haters. Threw up. Brother went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up if your dog fall in your ball.
We are at the oldest operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I'll go over here. Green 18.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 22. Set. Go 20.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And this is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
319! 319!
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Blue 58.
Now a play fake. Rodgers trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Set. 180. Zebra.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Finds Roberts left side. And he gets it down to the 32. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Set. 280.
Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
21. Ready. Waiting. Hey, tag 32. Tag 32.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. To throw on second down is Stafford. And this will be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. He's got daylight. 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Jamal Agnew now to return it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6, and the Lions are in for 6. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. 319.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Throwing is Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
319.
On play action, it's Rodgers. throw left side complete. It's Graham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's 30 yards now in the last two plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders. And they're rolling. Give to Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on. Over. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Zoom.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Lions now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, tag 53.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Play action. Here's Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's been my observation. There's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Stafford on 1st down. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. To throw is Stafford. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, here's Agnew. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
We're rolling. Set, count 20.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
319. Over. Zoom.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught outright by Graham. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Here's J.K. Scott now. as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Set. 180. Hey, go here.
Now Stafford. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Set. 260.
Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Roberts. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Set. 280.
Now Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play on 3rd down for the Lions. 49 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Set. 180.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Roberts. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Set. 280. 21.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
On the ball. On the ball. Set. 260.
Throwing again at Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, athlete a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Back now at Lambeau. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5.
Set. Waiting. Hey, tag 50 left. Jumbo, jumbo.
To the air again. Stafford. The quick slant caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, go here. Set. Waiting. 11-11.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And that is incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
319.
On play action, now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers now on first down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play of this football game.
Over.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's to the 10 and finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
319.
Now Jones. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Let's go, come on.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Back to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40.
Here we go.
Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. He's back to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll look to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Set, lady. Hey, go here.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Let's go now, let's go.
One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Packers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.